I'm always honored to introduce my dear friend, Hank Greenberg. Hank has the ability to shatter your preconceptions. Prior to meeting him, I thought the idea of such a broad-gauged insurance man tended to be a bit of an oxymoron. But was I ever wrong? Hank is one of the most intellectually venturesome and fascinating people I've ever known. For 7.5 years, three of us at the Council on Foreign Relations were a triumvirate, with Hank as vice chairman, Les Gelb, and myself. It was a great building experience in the post-Cold War period. His knowledge it wasn't just his financial contribution, though he and I used to joke. Once a lawyer had won a case for his client, and the client goes up to the lawyer and says, "How do I possibly express the depth of the gratitude that I have, the emotion that I feel?" And the lawyer's response was he had yet to experience the emotion that could not be expressed in money. Well, Hank was a great financial contributor, to be sure, but he not only gave at the office, he gave of himself. In other words, he was an intellectual donor, a substantive as well as a financial donor. He saw before anyone else I know the intimate and intricate connection between economic security and national security. He was the intellectual and financial father of the Council's Geoeconomic Center, but just one example of his breadth of interest. Hank's knowledge of things international was deeply reflected in his design of AIG. When Hank stepped down at AIG, nearly half of the revenues were international. This is unheard of in the insurance field. They were in 130 different countries, which is again unheard of. And when the company first went public, it went public for $300 million, but under his leadership, it reached a stunning $180 billion. AIG got the first and only insurance license in China. And it was not a random event that when Chinese Yu Ranji came to New York for a visit and made his major address, he asked only one person to introduce him, Hank Greenberg. I should not have been surprised, because I've never seen a business leader on such a first-name basis with so many leaders in the world. Hank's career has been characterized by rare insight and combined, if I may say so, with a few optimum bits of chutzpah. The stories in his book are legendary of things international. For example, Hank personally helped the CIA arrange insurance for a secret underwater mission to recover a lost Soviet submarine. And during the Iranian Revolution, when he was head of AIG's, who was the head of AIG's Iranian office, he was imprisoned and prevented from leaving the country. Hank personally arranged for his escape. Hank, you ought to make a movie of your life. Hank, for your sake, I hope the Foreign Policy Association has a chief roaster of people like you that write books, in a different kind of roaster than the one who used to roast me that you knew so well, Ted Sorensen. For reasons I never understood, I was his favorite roastee, and I still haven't recovered from the way he introduced one of my books. Once you put it down, you will not be able to pick it up. So, Hank Greenberg, my dear friend, again, my warmest congratulations to you, sir. You richly deserve it.